on. Come on, everyone. How are we? Welcome to Wednesday, the 22nd of October's what we're doing, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Live. How are we all? Hope we're all good. Just as I come on the live, Betty's at the back door wanting to go out. Right, I'm going to have to go that round. 1 sec. Give me 1 second, you lovely people. Let me let the Laza out. Otherwise, to be fair, she's very, very good. She's very, very rare. She wheezes in the house. But we don't want her to do that. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. You can wait there, you're all right. Come on, get back in. Come on, you boss. Get in. Get in the house. Get in the house now. Come on. Blossom, you come. Come. Better get in the house. Blossom. Get in the house. Get in there. What? I'm back with a vengeance. I am here. I promise you. Everyone's like, he's not here. I'm not staying on this live if he's not about. Bloody dogs. Let Betty out. She goes for a wee straight away. She wants to go straight back in the house. He's absolutely lashing it down. And Blossom's like, no, I'm going to start playing with her and stop her going back in the house. Anyway, we're all sorted. Blossom's got a shout out. Get in here now. Get out of it. Probably heard me. I don't know. You might have done. Anyway, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Let's start again. It is October. Wednesday, October the 22nd. It's hump day. We're halfway through, nearly halfway through the working week, aren't we? We get past 12 o'clock. How is everybody? Let me know. How's your weight loss going this week? Are you having a good week so far? I always talk, God, I need a haircut. I really need a haircut. And I'm not going to get to have one until probably next week. I look like a right tramp. I've done a bit of content this week about laying the foundations for a good weight loss week. Have a good Monday, Tuesday. Have you had a good Monday, Tuesday? I've done all right. My calories have been a little bit higher than I would normally like Monday, Tuesday, because I can tail them off a bit towards the end of the week, where what I mean by that is I quite like to bank a lot Monday, Tuesday, and then my appetite sort of increases a little bit as the week goes on. Maybe that's because I bank a lot Monday, Tuesday. Anyway, I'm conscious of last week where the hunger demons hit, struggling to control my calories a little bit. So just like last week, I'm actually eating a little bit more, banking a little bit less going into the weekend, which I'm perfectly all right with. We've got absolutely nothing on this weekend apart from we're going out for Sunday lunch, which, you know, I'm not drinking or anything. It's just going to be Sunday dinner, 1,200 calories. Might split a pudding with Rachel, 300. So it might be 1,500 calories Sunday lunch. I normally have 700 calories for my lunch, 600 calories for my lunch. Anyway, so that'd be 900 calories. So even if I bank a couple of thousand calories, there'd be an extra 900 there, and then I've still got a few left over. Well, quite a few left over. So what I'm trying to say is I'm quite happy not bank. I banked 2,100 calories last week going into the weekend, and I'm kind of happy if I do roughly the same. And in all honesty, like, I've not weighed myself since holiday, but I'm probably luring myself into a false sense of security. I'm weighing myself on Friday, and I think I'm going to be 5 pounds up. That's what I'm going for. I think I'm going to be 5 pounds up. I felt mahoosive when I came back from holiday. I really, really did. Obviously, like very hot country. My water intake on holiday was rubbish, and I'll tell you why it was rubbish. The hotel wasn't like tight with water in a way. So we got like a bottle like this size. You got like 6 of them in your room every day, which were basically you got 4 in your mini bar, and then you got 1 by your kettle if you wanted to make a brew, and then you got 1 in the bathroom for brushing your teeth and stuff. So we sort of used 1 for teeth brushing and make sure they'd have a coffee. I don't drink hot drinks, right? And then so we had another 5 bottles of water, which were 500 ml, which we split. And then there's water all over the complex, like big fountain things with like with a tap on the bottom to drink. But you just don't do it, do you? You drink pina coladas instead. So it's not like there wasn't loads of water available. There was. I was just not drinking it, basically. So dehydrated, obviously eating a lot of food, eating a lot of refined carbs. I always swell up like a balloon on an airplane anyway. It's really weird. I've got a lot of loose skin on my calves, and it's what I notice because I always wear shorts. It's very rare you don't see me in shorts, irrelevant time of year. And I've got a lot of loose skin on my calves. Like now I can pinch a good inch or 2 of loose skin on each calf. When I'm sat on an airplane, they are solid. They are solid. They just swell up. Yeah, absolutely solid. So, yeah, I hold a lot of water retention, and I felt like an absolute balloon. Probably one of the worst from a holiday for a while, if I'm being honest with you. Like I've had a couple of holidays this year, but it was our first. Like, well, saying that though, we had an all-inclusive in Egypt in March, but the all-inclusive in Egypt in March is not a Mexican all-inclusive. So, yeah, I reckon if I had weighed like on the Monday after my holiday, I reckon I'd have been 14 pounds up. I reckon I'd have been a stone up, definitely. So, and I didn't, and I'm not bothered, but I think I'm going to be 5. That's where I'm guessing. But I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. I am feeling pretty decent. I said a week last Monday, I tried a coat on that fit me previously. Like it hadn't fit me for ages, fit me perfectly before holiday. I wore that coat yesterday, walking the dogs in the rain. So, and it fits me absolutely fine. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be 5 up. And I was half a pound up. So my mission at the moment is to be the same weight going into Christmas, right, as I was before I went to Benidorm for my birthday in August, which is the lowest I've been all year. I was under 18 stone, I think, right? And I've not been back there since. Before I went to Mexico, I was half a pound above it. I was half a pound above it. So my mission is to be that weight going into Christmas. So if I'm 5 pounds up, I'll be 5.5 pounds up from that weight in August. So I need to lose 5.5 pounds by Christmas. Child's play. That's easy. So if that's the case, I'll be buzzing. I'll be absolutely buzzing. I do have to take into account that it is good for weight loss at the moment. It is fairly chilled, but we have just booked a meal out last night with Rachel's cousin and her husband, and that will be a few drinks and food. So that's going to be still should be a weight loss week, but will be a slower weight loss week. 2 weeks after that, I'm then out with some mates for a day session. That's going to be a maintenance week. And then we get into December. But December this year for us is like absolutely pretty much going to be nothing until Christmas. It's not going to be, I've got nothing. So we've got nothing social booked in. Rachel's got no holidays left. So there won't be random Christmas market days or anything like that. There's a little Christmas market in Blackpool, which we'll probably go to on Saturday, which went to last year, which is quite good. So I think we're just going to do that because we're always a bit of an anticlimax Christmas markets, aren't we? So, and we'll probably end up having tea out with some friends at some point or something like that. But it's December's looking fairly chill. Rachel doesn't have a works due until they do their works due in January, because they're quite busy in December. And everyone in Rachel's work gets 2 weeks off at Christmas. It's mandatory. They just shut down for 2 weeks, and it's included in your contract. So they do the Christmas do in January. I'm not having a Christmas do. Well, I will do, but it won't be a Christmas do. Me and Rachel will just go out for a meal. So yeah, so it's looking decent. It's looking the plan. I love it when a plan comes together, and the plan's looking all right. But anyway, we'll see. Watch the scales on Friday. Now I'll be £12 up still, or something like that, which is fine. If it is, it is. I'm actually looking forward to getting on the scales because I want to see what I need to do. It motivates me. And that's only negative for me. And it is a negative for me. And it's just personal to me of not weighing when I come back from holiday. Seeing that gain for a lot of people can be detrimental. And that's why I've not jumped on this time, because I felt like I didn't need to. But seeing that, even if I jumped on the scales on the Monday and seen a £14 gain, it would absolutely, and maybe the hunger demons wouldn't have struck because I'd have thought, but I stuck to it anyway. Anyway, there we go. So this week I've had a good week so far. Steps good, exercise good. Not that that's the be all and end all of weight loss. Been pretty decent with the protein intake, fiber as well. Not done amazing with banking calories. I normally like to bank. Well, I want to bank 400 a day at the moment. I think I've done 900, so 450 a day on average, which isn't. Normally I'm 500. Normally my target's at least 500 a day on average to bank, which is averaging 2,100 calories a day, Monday to Friday. But yeah, everything's going good. So how's your weight last week? Let's go through top 5 this morning. I'm absolutely waffling like I don't know what. I know I was going to do this morning. Sheila's in at number 1. Lisa's in at number 2. Lisa, I've got your message. I'll message you back shortly. Lisa, I'll just send you a template. I know it's on my one-to-one plan. I've got a little template for check-ins. It's dead simple, right? It's not complicated at all, but it just lays it out, basically, the info that I need. Right, and I'll send it over. Anna, good morning. Kelly, good morning. Oh, I'm doing the top 5. Sheila's number 1, Lisa's number 2, Anna's number 3, Kelly's number 4, and Jane, you are in at number 5. You're in the top 5 today. Thank you very much. Jumping straight live. Come and say hello. Gemma's in. Good morning. Lou, Jackie, good morning. Good morning, Mama Bear. Mr. Stock, good morning. Can I ask your opinion? Taking collagen, is it worth the money or not? For what purpose? Collagen is collagen is basically, it is a protein, but it doesn't work as a protein as like a protein for meat or dairy. Collagen is a protein that is good for joints, skin, bones, hair, right? So we have a high protein diet. We have a high protein diet for satiation, to fill us up. Right now, you wouldn't take collagen for that because you're never really going to take more than 5 to 10 grams a day, right? And 5 to 10 grams of protein ain't filling anybody up. Does collagen have the same thermic effect as dairy proteins, plant proteins? Yeah, protein's protein. It takes time for the body to break it down. But, in terms of like other, what benefits are you wanting from collagen? But is collagen good for your hair, your bones, your joints, like your cartilage and stuff like that? 100% it is. Yeah, really, really good. But don't get me wrong, you get benefits for those things from eating certain meats. If you buy good quality broth, like stock, that like beef stock's generally just boiled beef bones. Generally will have collagen in it. Anyway, if you're buying good quality, if you're using an OXO cube, no. But depending, so it all depends on your overall diet, really. But yeah, it has some health benefits. Benefits for weight loss. Don't be buying collagen and having it like a protein shake, like you would 30 grams of the stuff, like we would to boost our protein intake to help satiate us. Faye, good morning. Just sent my checking over from Friday. Anna, I saw it coming through. I'm like, you're either very early or very late. See, very late. Not a problem at all. I will sort it out. I will sort it out. I will sort it out for you today at some point. I am straight out of the house this morning. Let me go through the comments. Callum, good morning. I managed to bank nearly 600 calories yesterday. It was busy all day till late, so didn't feel hungry. Brilliant, Gemma. Love to hear that. Getting back into the swing of things. Angela, morning, boss. Good morning. Lindsay, morning from London. Morning for Tillin in London. We need to know. I was mortified at my holiday game. I know, and I know people like to know what I've gained from holiday, and I've literally done it because I've said this before. Last year, very scale focused, especially with my weekly weight loss vlogs. Pre-holiday, post-holiday, telling you exactly what's going on. And this year I've tried to step back a little bit. So I'm trying to show two sides to it. Yeah. So I did weigh when I came, and what I've sort of done with weighing this time is I've just stuck to normal check-ins. Now, sometimes, like when I went to Benidorm for my birthday, we got back on the Wednesday or Thursday, and my normal check-in was a week on the Friday. So I did weigh myself. Now, we got back on the Thursday from holiday, and my normal check-in was on the Friday, and I just decided to skip it. Well, sorry, I'm lying there. We traveled home on the Thursday. We landed on the Friday, and because I wasn't actually so if we got home on the Thursday, I would have weighed on the Friday. I'd have just stuck to and that's all I've done. I've just stuck to my regular check-in pattern. But because I wasn't here on the Friday, or we landed at Manchester Airport at 7:30 in the morning. It was about 10:30 before we got home. I just decided not to wait and skip it to this one. So I have weighed post-holiday this year. It just depends on when the check-in falls. But I will tell you, when I weigh on Friday, I'll tell you what I gained from holiday. I know my own body. I've been doing this for 11 years now. So if I'm 5 pounds up so all my water weight and food weight, I've been back at it since last Monday, and I have been on it. All my water weight and food weight will have gone from holiday, right? By Friday, yeah? So any gain I see on the scales is fat gain, right? So let's say I'm 5 pounds up. That is 5 pounds of body fat that I am up from holiday. I have been in a calorie deficit for 11 days. On average, I put myself into, at the moment, around about an 800 calorie deficit a day. So 800 times 11, right, which is how long I've been back at it, is 8,800. That is 2.5 pounds of body fat, right? I will have gained 7 pounds of body fat. I had 11 days off from tracking. So from Thursday, the 2nd of October, right, until Sunday, the 12th, I didn't track a single, until Monday, the 13th. So I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of 1 week, and then a full 7 days. So I had 11 days off tracking, right? I burn about 3,500 calories a day. That does include my exercise. And I exercised in the gym Friday, Saturday, Sunday when we were there, the first 3 days. Then I took a week off. But every day I was playing volleyball in the pool, basketball in the pool, doing the aqua zumba and all this, that, and the other in the pool. That's what I'm like on holiday. So I'm still saying I burnt 3,500. Did I, including food and alcohol, did I eat? To gain 7 pounds of body fat, I'd have had to have eaten 2,500 above my, so around about 6,000 calories a day. Yeah, I did. You know, I eat a lot of food, and I can drink a good few drinks throughout the day. And I start early on the booze. I just do. I always say to myself, I'm going to start today about 4 o'clock. No, the pool bar opened at 10. I might have resisted till 11. Right. It didn't help that the main pool bar was called It's 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? Or something like that. The 5 o'clock somewhere bar. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? So, so did I consume 60, 70,000 calories over 11 days? Yeah. So that will have been 7 pounds of fat gain, right? And maybe a little bit more. So what I weigh on Friday, if I'm up, and I think I will be fat gain, and I will have lost 2.5 pounds since last Monday. So I'll know exactly what body fat I've gained, right? It's then how much food weight, water weight did the scales bump. And normally for me, it's recently it's been about 50%. It used to be about 60-70 for me, right? So if I gain 10 pounds after a holiday, 7 pounds extra food weight, water weight, 3-4 pounds body fat, it's been probably about 60%. So if I'm 7 pounds up, I probably would have been 15-16 pounds up maybe on that Monday. And trust me, if I had been, I wouldn't have been surprised because I felt like an absolute balloon. I really did. Listening to you on way to uni, Neil, you say as long as your overall diet is healthy, surely you can eat what you want in a deficit and still lose weight. I do say that, Alice. Absolutely bang on. Yeah, as long as your overall diet is healthy. So what do we mean by overall diet is healthy? Well, we're talking like the majority of your diet is nutritious. So anyone that's on plan with me, you get my Weight Loss Foundation guide. And in my Weight Loss Foundation guide, you get the RLB 80-20 split diet. And I explain exactly what I mean. But the majority of our diet should be lean protein, fruits, veggies, fibrous carbs, lower fat dairies, healthier fats. That is what the majority of our diet should be, right? And I did a live on this in the community and on plan about 2 weeks ago, saying how do we know our diet's healthy, right? And it's a really good live to watch back if you're in the community or on plan. And so the majority of our diet: lean protein, fibrous carbs, fruits, veggies, lower fat dairy, and healthier fats, right? So what's a lean protein? Chicken breast. I eat 1.5 kilos of chicken breast a week, right? Probably something like that. Leaner mince. It's 5% fat mince, pork, chicken. Yeah. Bacon medallions, 0% fat Greek yogurt, right? That also falls into like your lower fat dairies, right? Lean proteins, fibrous carbs, potatoes with the skin on. Yeah. That's my number one. Potatoes with the skin on. Wholemeal bread, bran flakes, oats. Yeah. Wholemeal pasta, fibrous carbs. Fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies are carbs, and they're fibrous carbs, but we just sort of put what I'm talking about: fibrous staple carbs, which is oats, potatoes, wholemeal bread, things like that. Right. And then fruits and veggies, I eat 2 to 3 packs, at least a couple of packs of 10 stem broccoli a week. This week, or in 2 days, I've had corn on the cob, pack of 10 stem broccoli, pack of sugar snap peas, pack of Brussels sprouts. I've had some carrots, I've had some potatoes, and that's just in 2 days, right? So fruits and veggies. I've also had lots of blueberries, lots of strawberries, lots of raspberries. And then lower fat dairy. Obviously, there's a bit of crossover here, but lower fat dairy to me is your 0% fat Greek yogurt, your semi-skim milk. Don't drink skim milk. Life's way too short for that nonsense. Lower fat cheeses, things like that. And then your healthier fats: olive oil, avocado oil, nuts, salmon, mackerel, avocado if you're crazy, things like that. And if the majority of your diet is made up of stuff like that, then you're all good. And it doesn't need to be this like healthiest looking plate, right? You just go through your meals, right? And just pick it out. Monday night, I had chicken sausage. That's a lean protein, right? I had cheesy stuffed jacket potato skins. That's a fibrous staple carb. I had broccoli, asparagus, and kale, right? So that's fruit, that's veggies, right? And then I had onion gravy, which has some good veggies in it. That is a healthy, balanced meal, right? I had lots of protein, lots of fiber. It was calorie controlled, right? I had some lower fat dairy because of the cheese and the jacket sponge, so it ticked all the boxes, right? So it doesn't just need to be, you see some people who, I've got my grilled chicken here, I've got my diced up sweet potato here, I've got this here, no, you can make a meal, right? You can put it all together and make it taste good. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's that. So an overall healthy diet. And if 70 to 80% of your diet is you getting a good amount of protein in, good amount of fiber in. You're not abusing sugar, you're not abusing saturated fat, you're not abusing salt, you know. That's an overall healthy diet. And if the majority of your diet's like that, then you can afford to spend 20-25% on a Mackey's here and there, bit of chocolate, on food that isn't nutrient dense, right? And that's it, you know. But like I say, get on plan. If you really want to understand it, get on plan and I'll teach you, right? I'll teach you the balance. And you don't need, and that's nothing, that's health. Nothing to do with fat loss. You can eat whatever you want. You know, I did a little Google today. I'm going to go try a couple of items from the new McDonald's menu, right? Today. And a McSpicy is 450 calories. Standard McSpicy is 450 calories. My calorie allowance is 2,600 a day, right? So I could go and eat 5 McSpicies a day, right? 7 days a week. And I'll smash body fat. I'll lose nearly 2 pounds of body fat doing that, right? I'm not saying it's the healthiest thing in the world, right? It's not the most nutrient dense. It's not bad. It's a piece of chicken. You get some protein in there. You don't get loads of fiber. You are going to be consuming a lot of saturated fat because it's fried food. A lot of salt as well. And it's not going to make you feel amazing. But don't get health and fat loss confused. Fat loss is about consuming less calories than we burn. Health is about what your calories are made up of. Now, that doesn't mean health isn't very important. It is. And health is about overall diet. As I always say, eating 1 lettuce leaf today doesn't make you healthy. Just like eating 1 Mars bar today doesn't make you healthy. Eating a healthy, balanced diet for a week or two won't make you healthy, but it will improve some health markers. It's about what we do for months and years is how our health is determined. I abused my body for 25 years of my life, from being 8-9 years of age up until being 33, right? When I started my weight loss journey, I absolutely abused my body, right? I am talking overconsumption of food to the point where I ended up being 37 stone. That food was full of saturated fats, trans fats, salt, refined carbs, sugars. Just, you know, did I eat fruits and veg? Of course I did, right? But, you know, my fruit and veg intake was when I was having a great big piece of cottage pie and there was a few peas and carrots in there or something like that. I didn't purposely eat, right, I need to have me 5 a day. So I abused my body for 25 years. And all my health markers, not that I ever tested them, would have been LDL cholesterol through the roof. You know, blood pressure was through the roof. Yeah. All these sort of things, right? My HbA1c through the roof. Actually, I never had any major issues for my health. The odd time I did go for a health check at the doctors, they always used to say, your blood pressure is not bad for your size. Basically, it's terrible, but we'd expect it to be worse for someone that's 37 stone. But looking back now, I remember, you know, what my resting heart rate was. I remember what my blood pressure was when the odd time I had it checked. I remember my fasting blood sugars. For what I ate, I never even made it into the pre-diabetic range, right? But still, I can't imagine anything good. I had no idea about my cholesterol. 45 years of age now. So at 45 years of age, I get a yearly health check now done through the NHS. So I've always paid to have my bloods done privately. I don't need to anymore. I can have them done every 12 months through the NHS for nothing through my GP. So I had my first one done over the summer and absolutely fit as a fiddle, right? Blood pressure's good. LDL cholesterol, perfect. HDL cholesterol, perfect. Yeah. HbA1c, non-fasted, perfect, right? Yeah, that's it. All my markers absolutely tick, 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 you know? So, and that's because the last 10, 11 years, I live a healthy lifestyle. Health is also about lifestyle as well. I exercise on a regular basis. I don't, some people might look at the posts I do on social media and go, oh, he eats ready meals, he eats this, that, and the other. There's nothing wrong with eating the odd ready meal. I don't eat loads of them. I eat them because I'm reviewing them for worth the calories, because I fully understand for some people, they're a means to an end. They are, right? Some people, a lot of people in this day and age just jump to takeaways all the time. That Just Eat app gets absolutely battered. Well, if you've got 444 calorie Chinese chicken curry in your fridge or freezer, and you can just ping it in the microwave and it takes 6 or 7 minutes to make, that's a much better calorie controlled with more nutrition option than smashing in a 1,500 calorie pizza, right? So and some people, in this day and age, we need convenience because we are busier. We are busier. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, people worked where they lived, right? You go into, I live in the north, right? I'm a northerner, right? And we've got a massive industrial zone round our way. They don't run anymore, but we used to do like mills, loads of mills for different things or different factories. And if you go to Preston, you go to Bolton, Blackburn, Burnley, which are all in a row. These were all industrial towns. And 100 years ago, we're talking what, 1920s, 1930s, and there's all these terraced houses, right? Loads of 2 up, 2 down terraced houses. Preston, Burnley, Blackburn, Bolton, right? And there's all old mills around these terraced houses that are now converted into apartments or something like that. And 100 years ago, you could have left your house at 5 to 9 because you lived in a terrace house and you worked in the mill behind it, and you literally walked there and then you walk back, right? Now, through increases in technology, cars, we can have more scope on where we work, right? But we commute, right? And 25-minute commute, 30-minute commute, that adds to your 8-hour day. So you're working a 9 to 5. You might leave the house at 8:15. You might not get home till 6, depending on where you work. It could be later than that for some people. That's added time on. Now, don't get me wrong. In the last few years, things have changed massively, and people will use any excuse. When I first started as a personal trainer, people used to give me the excuse of they couldn't do the steps because they commuted to work and back and this, that, and the other, and the days were long. These same people that have come, they forget that have come back, that have now worked with me in an online basis, now give me the excuse that they can't do the steps because they work from home. So I'm like, right, so you couldn't do your steps 6 years ago because you used to spend an hour commuting to work and back. So 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. Now you commute 1 minute because you work in your spare bedroom. You still can't get your steps in because you don't leave the house. Well, what are you doing with that hour that you used to do a few years ago? Why don't we use that to get your steps in? Oh, yeah, maybe I could do that. Yeah, you could do that. I know it takes a bit of motivation and a bit of effort, Anyway, I don't know where I've gone off on this rant, but yeah, overall healthy diet is not about, the odd ready meal doesn't make you unhealthy. In fact, the odd ready meal can improve your health. Weight loss will improve every health parameter you've got, however you do it. So someone that's 30 stone now, you go lose 10 stone eating nothing but McDonald's, your health markers will improve. Your health markers will improve. I'm not saying they'll improve to where we want them, and I'm not saying they'll improve massive, but you'll be healthier. Someone that's 30 stone that has a really unhealthy diet is more unhealthy than someone that's 20 stone that has a really unhealthy diet, because the extra 10 stone pressure on the body, will lead to an increase in blood pressure, will lead to an increase in resting heart rate, Don't get me wrong, there's going to be some exceptions. Someone's going to go, well, such and such is world's strongest man. He's 30 stone and he's not fit as a fiddle. No, he'll die of a heart attack due to the pressure on his body. But I'm fully aware there are some people out there that are 30 stone that are fitter and healthier than people that are 20 stone. Yeah. Boss finally took the plunge and joined the gym. Brilliant, Pete. Great to hear. Right, let me scan down. We're going to go on Friday to try the new Mackey's menu. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go today. I'm only going to try today. I think it's out today. I need to check actually. Let me just check. I'm going to try the pineapple McSpicy, and I think I'm going to try the new chicken nuggets, but no one can tell Rachel that. I'm going to basically try things. Yeah, it is out today. I'm going to try things that I've never well, Rachel wouldn't like. She'd try the pineapple burger if it was on a normal McCrispy. She doesn't like spicy food. So we're going to give the pineapple McSpicy a go. And it's basically menu from around the world. So it's all different items from around the world. So the pineapple McSpicy is Australia. Yeah, he's Australia. They've also got a maple barbecue and bacon double quarter pounder, which is from Canada. And I think I'm going to try that on Saturday. They've got garlic and black pepper nuggets from Japan. So I think I'm going to get the garlic and black pepper nuggets because I don't know if Rachel probably want to try one, but I know she probably won't like them. So I'm going to try. I think I'm going to try both those things. That's what I'm gonna. That's what I think I'm gonna try. Anyway, I hate avocado. Tried to make keto brownie when I'd done keto and it was disgusting. Oh my God. Some of the things I have made, mousses that I've made with avocado, and these people make it sound so good online. They're like, yeah, I made a chocolate mousse with avocado before. It was absolutely rank. I've also made a mousse with cottage cheese before. That was flipping rank as well. And these people, they're so convincing, and they put the spoon in and it's all cream. I guarantee. And this is just because people do it just for clicks and likes and this, that, and the other. And this is why I film my recipe videos for YouTube, and I do them from start to finish pretty much. Yeah, I edit them out. You don't need to see the bump in between because otherwise they'd be 30 minutes long rather than 5 to 10 minutes long. But, you see some of these dishes that people are making on social media, and I'm convinced they just buy a chocolate mousse, and then they make this dish, and then suddenly, look at this chocolate mousse, and they take it out. It's all fluffy and indulgent, and then they put it in the mouth like, oh my God, it's just like eating. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't get wrong. We can replicate certain things and make them pretty damn tasty. But avocado for mousse, no. Now, I have actually had a vegan brownie, and they used some avocado and beetroot in there, and it was really decent. But they've obviously spent a long time perfecting it, right? So I can see how it works because it's a fat, right? But they didn't make it healthy. It wasn't like, I think this is the thing. A lot of people like try these avocado brownies for like 150 calories each. I think that's where they go wrong. So I remember, this vegan brownie, they did use avocado and some beetroot or sweet potato. No, it's avocado and sweet potato. I have had another brownie where someone used beetroot, and I was like, wow, that is class. But it was still 300-400 calories for a little brownie because they use lots of oil. They used, lots of chocolate, like vegan chocolate cocoa powder, sugar, all these bits and pieces, I need help with portion sizes. Then if you need help with portion size, you need to come on my one-to-one plan. TikTok profile, Facebook page, YouTube page. Click my link tree. It's also on my Instagram. Click one-to-one plan. Get signed up. $29.99. Sign up today. I'll start you Monday. And I will give you what I call a calorie structure. And it is one of the best tools for portion sizes, right? So basically, all my one-to-one clients get a calorie structure, and it's probably the most powerfulest tool in my one-to-one plan. Whether my clients use it the way it should be used is down to them. But it's something I've done from the beginning of my weight loss journey, and it is something I still do today. And it is one of the best things for portion control. So basically, this is me personally. I have between 400 and 500 calories for my breakfast. I have between 500 and 600 calories for my lunch, and I have between 600 and 800 calories for my tea. anything I make, whether it's a yogurt bowl, whether it's protein porridge, whether it's just jam and toast, I make it so it fits into my calorie structure, and that controls my portion size. Now, if I make something, and let's say I make my lunch and it's 600 calories, so it fits in with my calories, but the portion is tiny, right? I will then, go, right, this was really tasty. It was tiny. What can I do to make it again that would increase the portion? So you might make, classic example, you might make a bacon sandwich, right? So I'm going to make a bacon sandwich, and I use full fat bacon, right? So 4 rashers of full fat bacon is about 300 calories. 2 slices of white bread, bang, straight away, you're over 500 calories, right? So I need to reduce. So let's do 2 slices of white bread. I need 2 slices of bread. In fact, let's do 2 slices of medium bread because that's less calories than thick cut white bread. So that's 180 calories. Let's use 2 rashers of bacon instead of 4, which is about 150 calories. So now I'm at what? 280. Right, I'm at 180, 380, 430, butter, ketchup, 500 calories, done. Tiny sandwich. We don't want tiny sandwiches. Thin, medium bread, 2 rashers of bacon, right? Nah, every now and then that's fine. I need more protein, I need more volume. So instead of having 2 rashers of bacon, let's have 4. Let's do 2 slices of Warburton's, let's toasty bread, or let's go for 2 slices of granary bread. More fiber, bit more filling, right? 4 bacon, which is 220 calories, right? 4 bacon medallions, 100 calories for 4 bacon medallions. Have 6 bacon medallions. Have 8 bacon medallions, depending on your budget. Have a full pack of bacon medallions. A full pack of bacon medallions is 200 calories, right? So 8 bacon medallions, and your butter's going to be this thick because you put 8 bacon medallions on there, right? 2 slices of granary bread, which is about 220 calories. So you're at 420. 60 calories of butter on one side of the bread. Squeeze of reduced sugar and salt ketchup on the other side of the bread. And now you've got a doorstop bacon butty, right? I'm not saying it's a massive portion, but it's a simple swap, right? And the simple swap is I've massively reduced the fat because I'm using bacon medallions rather than bacon rashers. I love a full, back bacon, crispy fat. It is delicious. But a bacon butty just using bacon medallions is delicious. I had one last night. And actually, last night I made a BLTO, right? So we always have a quick tea on a Tuesday night because I spin till 6. And by the time I've, put all my equipment away, got back to the car, by the time I get home, it's 6:30, 6:45. Rachel always goes to the gym after work on a Tuesday. She normally gets there for 5:30. She finishes at 6:30 and leaves. So we're roughly home at the same time. But it's 6:45. We've still got the dogs to walk. We still need showers, baths, this, that, and the other. So the last thing I want to do is come in at 6:45 and cook a tea that's going to take 45 minutes, right? Even if it's just a stick in the oven, because by the time I'm eating, it's 7:30. Or, and don't get me wrong, if it is just a stick in the oven, we could then walk the dogs and shower and then tease it. So, but I want a tea that's ready in 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. So we literally every Tuesday we have bacon butty and hash browns. We love it. We absolutely love it. It's not the biggest volume, right? It's not the biggest volume. It's not got the most protein, but it's quick and it's flipping tasty. And exercise suppresses appetite, right? So I can eat anytime. Right, I can eat loads anytime, but exercise in the short term suppresses appetite. Right, if you go and train in the gym for an hour and you walk out of the gym, right, I'm starving. That's either because you've not fueled your body correctly throughout the day, right, or it's just a psychological hunger, right? If you're training as a footballer for 6 hours a day on a pitch all day every day, that will increase hunger. Short-term training doesn't increase hunger, and short-term exercise actually suppresses appetite. I can go to the gym starving, right? I'm really hungry, right? But I don't like training with food in my system. So this morning, I could eat now. Right? I genuinely could. I'm like, oh, I could eat something. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go and train, and I like to train fasted. Know the benefit that I just feel a bit uncomfortable with food in my system when I'm exercising, when I'm moving about a lot. As soon as I get to the gym and start training, I won't feel hungry. And I won't feel hungry till dinner time. Well, I'm going to go and have that McDonald's. I won't feel starving then. I generally won't. So I'm normally start hungry about 2 hours. I'd be hungry. Like if I go to the gym at 9:30 till 10:30, and then I'm out and about and I don't get home, it'll be about 1 o'clock when my hunger really kicks in. Yeah. So anyway, we have a bacon butty. So but you know, 2 slices of bread, 4 bacon medallions. We like a bit of volume. So yesterday, I took a slice of toast that was kind of like just not toasted. It was like not warm bread, but not toasted. Does that make sense? 5 grams of butter, load of lettuce, full tomato, 4 bacon medallions, onion on top, drizzle of light mayonnaise, bread lid, right? Doorstop butty, right? And then I had 125 grams of the mini hash brown bites, which are sensational, by the way, on the side, right? And it's just about increasing, so it was a decent volume. It was all right in protein, not great, but it was all right. It was all right fiber, not great, but a decent amount of volume. So you can make changes to food and bulk it out, right? But the biggest tip for controlling your portion size, and this is what I've done, is I just stick to my calories. And if I ever make something where it fits my calories, but the portion's not big enough for me, I just look at what swaps I can make. And sometimes it can just be a case of, yeah, you've made this tea, it was 650 calories, but you needed more volume. I'll just stick 150 calories worth of veg with it, right? Just to bulk it out. Yeah. So, but that is my biggest tip. What is it? Yeah, for controlling portion size is just create a calorie structure and stick to it. If you don't know how to create a calorie structure and stick to it, join my one-to-one plan and I'll do the work for you. I was losing, kept my calories the same and up to my cardio, and over 6 weeks, my loss slowed down. What do you mean by that, Sean? Like, I don't know what you're trying to get at here. So I was losing, kept my calories the same, and upped my cardio. So you're basically saying I've done more cardio and my losses have changed. You're eating more food, right? Your calories haven't stayed the same. You can say they have, but they haven't. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know time frames here. You might be like, yeah, the first month of my weight loss journey, I lost 12 pounds. The next 6 weeks, I introduced cardio and I only lost 8 pounds. Your losses haven't slowed down. You've just not taken into account that when we start a weight loss journey, you get a whoosh at the beginning. So the first week or two of a weight loss journey, you lose food weight, water retention, and body fat. Those 3 will only reduce. They'll fluctuate on a day-to-day basis, but the overall reduction, because you're eating less, right, and you're being a bit healthier, which reduces water retention in the body, right, that you get that whoosh at the beginning, right? And then for the next 6 weeks, you've just seen fat loss rather than fat loss, water retention loss, and food loss. So if it's short term, that could be that. If you're basically, nope, I've been on a weight loss journey for 6 months, right? For the first 4 months, I've lost on average £1 a week, nice and consistent. And I've joined a gym and I'm doing cardio. And the last 6 weeks, I've not lost £1 a week. I've lost £0.5 a week, £3. You're eating more. We have this psychological link where now I'm moving more, I get to eat more. You don't. You don't need to eat more. Like I say, if you start doing a manual job where you're on your feet or moving about for 8 hours. So I do a sedentary desk job. Now, if I went back into being a full-time personal trainer, I'd increase my calories because it's a lot more active constantly on a day-to-day basis. I will burn a lot more fuel and I will need to take in more fuel. Right? Don't get me wrong, I've still got stored fuel, but I need to increase my vitamins, my minerals, my nutrition, more protein, more carbs to give me direct fuel to power me through the day. Right? But it's a big thing. So many people. I've started going to the gym and I'm not losing weight anymore. And you'll get people going, it's because you're building muscle. Nah, it's not. Nothing to do with that. You might be building some muscle. You'll never build enough muscle to counterbalance fat loss on the scales. Impossible. Unless you weigh 10 stone, right? And you lose, you've never been to a gym before, you weigh 10 stone and you're in a tiny calorie deficit. And the first few months you might gain 1.5 pounds of muscle and you might lose 1.5 pounds of body fat, and that would create an equilibrium on the scales. But if you're overweight, and I've got to put my content across as if you are overweight, because that's what I am, I'm a weight loss coach, you will never counterbalance. You think you can build 5 or 6 pounds of muscle in a month? Impossible. Because you couldn't do that if you took enough steroids to knock a cow out, right? You couldn't. Yeah. So, basically, it's a work and reward short-term thing. It's like, now I'm putting this effort in to go to the gym, I deserve to eat more food. And we just do it subconsciously. We put a bit of extra on our plate. So that plate of food before joining the gym was 600 calories. It's the same plate of food, just extra egg. I've been there, I've done it. Extra slice of toast. Right? I've been to the gym. I'll have an extra slice of toast tonight. And you still think it's a 600 calorie meal when now it's a 900 calorie meal. Right? That is 99% of the reason why, if you've joined a gym and your weight loss has stopped or slowed down, it's because you think you deserve to eat extra food because now you've started to move more. You don't. Yeah? 2 gym sessions a week, 2 decent 1-hour gym sessions a week will burn 600 calories. Ignore what that says. 600 calories is the equivalent of a fifth, not even a fifth, like a seventh. 7 times 6, 4,200. No, a fifth. We'll go for a fifth. 600 calories is around about a fifth of one of these. So going to the gym twice a week, all you're burning extra calorie-wise is like that, right? And guess what? If you're overweight, that is in your body. So the extra fuel you might need to go to the gym, get it from here. You don't need to get it from what you stick in here, right? You genuinely don't. Like I say, going and being an athlete and training 7 hours a day, that's different ball game. Going to the gym twice a week and doing a bit of exercise, you don't need any extra food whatsoever. You don't need any extra food on that day, right? You don't need any extra food overall. It's all psychological if you think you do. Yeah. Let me let's go down. Treat ourselves to McDonald's breakfast tomorrow using the vouchers we've collected. Lovely. I do like a Mackey's breakfast. When you first start losing weight, what's on average how much you should lose? How long's a piece of fish? It's all, fat loss. It doesn't matter whether you're 40 stone or 12 stone. Fat loss is down to your deficit, right? If someone 40 stone puts themselves into a 3,500 calorie deficit a week, they'll lose £1 on average. If someone 12 stone puts themselves into a 3,500 calorie deficit a week, they'll lose £1 on average, right? But at the start of a weight loss journey, I've just said there, when you start eating a bit less, moving a bit more, eating a bit healthier, your average food weight, and water retention in your body reduces. We've always got a certain amount of food average in our body, which is food that's either in our stomach, small intestine, large intestine, or bowel, right? Same with water weight, same with water retention. And when we eat a bit less and move a bit more and eat a bit healthier, all those 3 things reduce. So your average water weight, food weight, water retention might be 8 kilos in your body, might be 10 kilos in your body, 22 pounds, right? From moving more, eating less, eating healthier, you might reduce your average food weight from 22 pounds to 15 pounds. And that £7 reduction will show on the scales, but it only shows on the scales at the start of the journey alongside fat loss. Yeah. Someone that's 40 stone, their average food weight, water retention probably isn't 10 kilograms. It could be 20 kilograms. It could be 44 pounds, right? And when they start eating less, moving more, hopefully, eating healthier, they might drop 20 pounds. Their average food weight might go down to 22. It's not going to drop down to 15 because someone that's 40 stone is going to eat more food than someone that's 12 stone. But it might drop. I've had clients drop nearly 2 stone in 2 weeks. Heavy clients. All right. The biggest whoosh I've had, I say that is 22 pounds. That's the biggest whoosh I've had in 2 weeks, where someone's weighed and in 2 weeks they've done their first check-in and they are 22 pounds lighter, over 1.5 stone lighter. It's not body fat loss. It's just a massive reduction in how much food, average food, water and water retention they had in their body. They probably lost 4 pounds of body fat and 18 pounds of excess food, water and water retention in their body, But it's all different strokes for different folks. Bloody hell, it's 9:30. Where's that time gone? It's absolutely flown by. Right, I'm going in a few minutes. I've got to go because I'm on a time limit. I'll tell you why. Everything weight loss session today, guys, is at 12:30. So 12:30 p.m. We're doing it as a lunchtime everything weight loss session. Next week's will be 8 p.m. and we're doing that on a rotation. So 3 different live times, because before I went on holiday, I did a dinner time everything weight loss session and it was busy. And it might have just been busy because everyone's like, oh, Neil's going away tomorrow. This is the last live. So we'll make a conscious effort to really tune in. But if you can tune in then, you can tune in today. And I'm trying to give flexibility. So, some people might work morning shift and they get home for lunchtime. Some people might have lunch off. Some people might be like, yeah, no, I can't really join in the everything weight loss session at 8:30 because I start work at 9 and I'm driving. Can't really join in at 8 o'clock. But if I know it's 12 till 1:30, that's when I'll have my lunch hour. And while I'm eating my lunch and that, I'll join into the everything weight loss session. So today, the everything weight loss session is at 12:30. So I've got to go because I've got to go I'm going to get to the gym for 10 o'clock. I'm going to train till 11 o'clock. I'm then going to drive to McDonald's because the afternoon menu doesn't start till after 11. Once breakfast is finished. And then I'm going to get to McDonald's for about 11:15. I'm going to get the brand new pineapple McSpicy and the nuggets. I'm going to smash those in, which is technically going to be brunch, and review them for worth the calories. So I might actually put the review on Reels and TikTok first, or a little snippet of it anyway. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll be back here for 12:30 to do the everything weight loss session, 12:30 till 1:30. If you want to join in today's everything weight loss session, join the community or join the one-to-one plan. TikTok profile, Facebook page, YouTube page, Instagram. Click on a link tree. Join whichever you want. If you just want to have a little bit of extra support and know your calories, join the community. If you want full support with coaching, with regular check-ins, access to me via WhatsApp whenever you need me, join the one-to-one plan and you can come and join our everything weight loss session at 12:30. Guys, have a wonderful have a wonderful day, and whatever you're doing, make sure you're smiling. And if you're on Planner in the community and free, I'll see you at 12:30. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Back tomorrow at when am I back tomorrow? 12:30. Back tomorrow at 12:30. And then I've got to go I've got a physio appointment tomorrow actually for my back at 6:15. So my aim is to go and drive to the gym for 5:15 and do like a 45-minute live. So I might try, but it'll just be on TikTok. But I'll be TikTok, Facebook, YouTube tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. Have a great Wednesday. And if I don't see you at 12:30, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. always do that. Sign up to TikTok first. Facebook, YouTube. If you're free, I'll see you tomorrow. Our fate.